Are in the third round of the Swiss. Make sure we're doing things right. Pretty easy keep with nice early drops, a nice late game, and a combat trick, so that's fine. And we are again going to be on the draw. We'll lead off with this Tower Archer, and then go from there. Another white drafter. Guess everyone is forcing white. I was kind of forcing white too, right? It is a deep color. Not gonna lie about that. I think white's gonna be... Oh, white-black? What a great color combo. I think white's gonna end up being an overdrafted color in the format because it is so good, but it can still support, like, what? Half the drafters at the table? Maybe before it starts getting a little bit out of range, but I'm curious to see where that metagame goes down. White's always going to be a strong color somewhere in the draft. You have to be aware of it, but I'm also a little worried about it just being way too overdrafted. See how dicey my opponent wants to be, attacking it with the Skyguard. I'm not blocking. And I'm also not going to play the Leaf Crown Dryad next turn. I'll just keep my my two combat tricks up for a future block. My opponent's thinking about it. Makes me think that they're, well, yeah. So my opponent doesn't have a trick to make that awesome. And I'm very okay with staying back with my combat tricks. Being on the defensive. Make my opponent use mana on his or her turn with combat tricks. And it's kind of nice that I actually have both up, an aspect and a nature. So that's cool. I think I'll start with the aspect of Hydra because it's such great value. Sorry, were we waiting on me? I didn't know. Anyway, beta client. I never know. I'm out of my loop. What was I keeping saying things with the beta client? I was saying, oh, I'm gonna use the aspect of Hydra because it's a little bit more reliant. It has a huge blowout potential later, and I think it's a better card in my deck than this guy is. But before I kind of get into late game, I think I just want to get the right away +2/+2, and then follow it up with the nature. Panoply. Nature's panoply. I need to hear someone else say it. Can someone please record a soundbite for me about how to pronounce this card's name? My opponent's just chilling. I'm very okay with that. Ooh. Alright. That makes my decision easy. We'll play our Eidolon, draw a card, get the Leaf Crown Dryad next turn. I'm stoked. What you got for 5? Is there anything I'm scared about at 5? Yeah, a bestow creature on the leaf on the Crow and Skyguard. But that's not really it. And I really don't care about 1 point of damage. Heck no. Do I want to attack in or just keep... How much defense do I really want to play? I'm definitely doing the Leaf Crown Dryad, right? And I'm putting it on the Archer. Yeah, we're just going to go D right now. That's fine. I mainly want to draw a card. But also this gets a really nice blocker out. I don't mind taking 4 at the moment. Just drawing lands left and right. Question is, do I want to end up blocking this dude and using one of my combat tricks? So right now that aspect Hydra's a 5. +5/+5. That's pretty nice. Now I'll just take 4 for now. Save it against like a Thoughtseize. Aw. There goes my keepsake Gorgon. I guess it's not a huge deal. Combat tricks get rid of it. I don't want to cast one of my combat tricks in response. It's fine. Gosh, this is hard. This is where, like, normally I would write the chat, like, what I have ripped ready for action. I don't get to see it. I write it on my piece of paper next to me like I do in real life, but you guys don't get to see what I have remembered in my head. So I'm definitely going to have a swamp. We have, my opponent has what, the Gorgon, Nature, and Aspect. So what does my opponent want to do now? Play D? Please play D. Cool. Hey. We'll draw a card. Probably should play a swamp so my opponent now knows everything in my hand. Whoopsies! I think I'm going to tap out anyway for the Gorgon, right? Do I tack in with there could be a pretty decent dude. Yeah, we're going late. I guess I should be worried about some bombs that my opponent might have. There's really no reason to cash this dude in, the Font of Fertility, because I already have 7 mana to Monstrosity the Keepsake Gorgon. I think next turn we'll start attacking in with our Hex Proofer. Should be pretty well protected, thanks to the Keepsake Gorgon. I don't know the Journey into Nyx combat tricks, but if I think of the other packs, you know, things like Divine Verdict and all of that, it makes this Hexproof pretty relevant. Wouldn't mind another one of my Bestow creatures to kind of get its power level a little bit bigger, get a little more butt action on it. I guess this Nature dude can do that. My opponent's tap in some manas. 5 manas. What you cast in, opponent? Wait, why is it... I'm confused. Oh, sorry. I totally missed something. My opponent cast own Keepsake Gorgon. Yeah. Right. So Threat of Activation's kind of cool here. I think I am just going to go ahead and blow up my opponent's Keepsake Gorgon right now, because that kind of puts a halt on what I'm doing. I don't have evasion. I can deal with the other guys pretty well. The Skyguard's not freaking me out. And I don't want to wait... Did I click it? What's going on? Hello, there we go. I want to kill you. Oh, non-Gorgon creature! Well, isn't that silly? Gosh, you know, it's something that I've never ever done while playing so much Theros. It's a non-Gorgon creature. Well, I guess we're just gonna kill this dude, and then, what, attack in with my 3/6? That's kind of lame. I mean, it's fine, but whatever. Yeah, Swiss drafting. Very glad. Very glad I'm Swiss drafting. I'm actually okay being a little bit more on the beat down here. My opponent can Monstrosity next turn as well. Play this little mini trade-off game. Definitely not the best turn I've ever done in my life of playing Magic. Be kind of fun at the Battle of Gorgons. It looks like my opponent does not have the 7th land like I had, so that's cool. What you got here? Phalanx Leader. That's a good card. A little late to the party, but could still start getting out of hand. Definitely something I really wish I could have saved my monstrosity for. But I was silly and triggered it a little early. Opponent's going in with a 2/5 and the flyer. Interesting. Is this a race? This could be a race. Especially if one of those aspects go down. Go ahead, attack next turn, play an aspect to get a whole bunch of damage through. The thing is, my opponent knows about these. Definitely not blocking. No schmink you. What else do you got? For dose manas. A Blood Crazed Hoplite. I do want to see how this deck performs. It seems pretty fun. Alright, so if I go ahead and put the Leaf Crown Dryad on the Island of Blossoms, that makes attacks way better. So this stays monstrous even if one of these guys gets removed a +1/+1 counter. Yeah, because if I put the Leaf Crown Dryad out, I draw a card, the Island Blossom can attack, all my guys can attack, which is what we're going to start doing. And I also have my combat tricks for backup. And we should be in actually pretty decent shape here. Because I'm definitely attacking with everyone. What else we got? Cool, that'll be good for next turn. Bash the beats in. And then follow up with the Nessian Courser. And I even get to play one of my combat tricks and do a Nessian Courser. If I have to, I can play, you know, this guy with a Strive. Or play both. So does my opponent have any kind of trick? There's no bounce. I'm thinking if my opponent for some reason doesn't chump block, if this aspect I'm going to fire off on one of my dudes to try to go for the win. I think I do. I don't know all the combat tricks, but I don't think there's anything particularly messed up. That's it? That's all you're doing? I'm going for it. My opponent knows I have both of these. So what am I doing wrong here? There could be a life linker, but it's not going to be a whole lot of life. That's 14 life. Put my opponent at 1. I like that. I think I'm going to play a little conservatively. So my opponent was just chump blocking there. There could have been some kind of lifelink or whatever that made this not awesome. This is a not awesome play. But doing such a huge hunk, I think, was fine with Aspect of Hydra at that point. There we go. Alright, black-white looking actually somewhat aggressive, but here's the issue with this deck. It is exactly the issue with the color while you're drafting it. It's black-white, and there's like a mixed strategy. There's some really nice aggressive cards there. The Lynx Leader, that new black card, the Crowan Skyguard, but then also like what, a Thoughtseize, the Gorgon, that other 5, was it 5-drop or 4-drop? The 4/2. I think it could work. I mean, they're all powerful cards, so there's nothing necessarily overly wrong, but in a synergistic way, it's not amazing. Viper's Kiss is coming in. We saw a number of great targets for that guy. Who am I taking out? I can take out a creature like this Nyxborn Eidolon. Because I have so many creatures. The tricks are annoying, but they seem to be pretty okay against my opponent. I could take out one of the tricks, or the font, or the Nyxborn Eidolon. And I think this Eidolon's I just don't really need. And I don't care too much for it. So we'll go that way. I want to submit my deck. Let me submit my deck, please. Thank you. Okay, and we have... We're going to keep it because of this font, but it's not exactly amazing. This hand. But this is exactly the reason why I brought it in, is for this type of draw, in which we really need to get a second swamp online. So, you know. What's going on? Oh. Ooh, that's a good draw. So I'm pretty sure we're going to do this font here. Probably going to kill something with a Viper's Kiss. Hopefully a good something, like an Akroan Skyguard next turn. It won't be the Phalanx Leader, but I'll even take out the heroic 2-1 that Black has, that we saw last game. So that would be pretty okay by my standards. Dorky 2-1 or good 2-1? Fleshmad Steed. Yeah, that, first of all, doesn't die to Viper's Kiss, and secondly, don't care that much about. We'll go ahead and play the swamp, and then we'll search for a swamp. I mean, we already got our second swamp, so maybe I didn't need to do that, but I want to have both swamps out so I can start getting Asphyxiate online. And now we just want to kill things and get up to our 5 mana, and this font will actually be really good getting to our 5th mana, so that's nice. As long as this guy doesn't get suited up with, like, I don't know, anything particularly important. Hopeful Eidolon, as an example. Should be okay. I'm going to do this now because I don't know if I have the stops in the right spot. I don't know if this is me or my opponent here. So, am I down low? Is this my opponent's stops here or there? I don't know this client yet. So, I don't want to accidentally choose card to put on the battlefield. Well, actually, since I have the swamp, I think I'll take the forest. Oh no, I should have done the swamp. Because then I could have done Asphyxiate and Viper's Kiss. Although I'm not going to do that with both still. It would have been an option to have, shall we say. Instead, we're going to go ahead and Viper's Kiss the Bloodcraze Hoplite. Yes, we're taking 4 next turn, which is a bummer, but then we'll be able to get our Keepsake Gorgon online a turn early, and we have some decent follow-ups after that. As long as we can get it so my opponent stops like being the aggressor, then Asphyxiate will be really nice. Because this is my opponent's turn, stop on step, so that's... Okay, so the top is my opponent. Got it. And I definitely want to run that out there now in case the Thoughtseize comes down. I don't want to play anything cute with like this Courser or something. And it maximizes my mana. Divine Verdict would suck. Or Asphyxiate as well. It is certainly possible that my opponent has removal in his or her deck. Do you have removal? No, yay. Alright, so now I can start feeling fairly confident. I think we just go ahead and play out the Courser and keep the Panoply open, and because I want to bestow that wolf on the Courser. And I'm not going to attack him with the Keepsake Gorgon. I'm cool with just waiting. 6 mana. Uh-oh. Something big can come down here. Silver Hemlock? Oh, a Marsh Mist Titan. I probably will kill that with the Asphyxiate, just because it's so big. I assume my opponent's not attacking. Yep. So let's go ahead and Asphyxiate the Marsh Mist Titan. I can attack with the Courser, which would be a 2-for-1. I can also free attack with a Keepsake Gorgon. Only issue with that is that my opponent can crack me back, but I'm a little bit ahead in that race, so that's fine. And I don't mind wasting this Asphyxiate. One more land gets me the Keepsake Gorgon removal, so that should be good. And I still want to keep this Nyxborn Wolf as a bestow. Oh, I forgot that this guy taps. What a lame card. Great. Happy to attack with everything. Question is, though, am I actually happy to attack with everything? Do I really want to do that? Because if the Keepsake Gorgon does get removed, then it's gone and my opponent gets to smash in. Conservative play is to keep it back. Aggressive play is to start swinging the tides in my favor. I could just attack him with both and play the Nyxborn Wolf on its own without Bestow, but I think the Bestow is just too good. Yeah, I'm just going to do the 3. I think I'm cool. Because in essence, I'm trading 2 for 4. You know, my opponent's not blocking or anything. And when I attack in, then it allows my opponent to crash back. And I'm behind, so I need to, like, not do that. Right? Chosen by Heliod, don't care about. The Nyxborn Wolf will still allow the Nessian Courser to pound on through. Okay. Ooh, an aspect backup. I like it. Is there a Lash of a Whip? Oh no, my opponent is just over it. Okay. Well, a fairly anticlimactic third round. 2 1-in-1 decks going at it, and we just got the extra pack. Interesting. Journey into Nyx. If you lasted this long, I appreciate you watching. I hope you at least enjoyed some of it as I fumbled through the new cards. I had a blast. I really look forward to the rest of this format, at least in the next week or so. I have finals next week, so I'm not going to have tons of time to draft, so next week's video will probably be just as raw, but hopefully I'll throw in 1 or 2 drafts in the meantime to kind of get caught up to speed on the format. And please comment, subscribe, like on YouTube. Let me know what you think of the new format. Let me know what you think of the draft. I don't know if I want to say that, but would always appreciate any thoughts. And visit us on manabluff.com. Leave comments there. Or find me on Twitter, __RJH__. Again, my name's Ryan. This is Manabluff. Talk to you later. Bye.